Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are again. It's a sunny Saturday on the 15th of October. So here I am at home. We've got the builder downstairs. John's at the office. Dogs are all sleeping. So we're all good to go and ready to tangle. So, okay, what do we have today? Okay, I've actually got some circle shapes to sort of help me a little bit. Doesn't really matter where you get them from. You could have a look around your desk and see what's on there. I just want a couple of different sizes and it just makes life a little bit easier sometimes. So I've actually used my stencils out of the, the weekend projects, the one with like the steampunky theme. So I've got this one. It's got different sizes and it's also got this one which, look, there you go, just a little bit bigger than that because, just want a few shapes. But you can do it by hand, so don't panic at all if you've not got that. It's not a problem. What have I got here? A bright white tile. But again, I know they're on their way to you. I know Leslie packed a few yesterday and they were out the door. So they should be with you soon. But of course, use any colour tile you like. It's fine. And I'm going to turn over. And I am sorry about this, but I couldn't help it. I have used one of the ink pads there. Or the inky stamps. You know, I can't get my words out today. Just sort of on the corner there. But again, you can do this afterwards. Or you can just add a little bit of colour there if you like. And that's where we're sort of starting. So coming in with a pencil to go with. Oh, I do have a couple of coloured pencils lying around. And regular pen pencil tortillon, of course. So if we're all ready, we'll get started. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Sorry about yesterday. I had every intention of doing the tile, but I forgot my stand. So it would have been a bit awkward trying to sort of draw and hold my phone at the same time. So never mind. Okay, here we go then. Oh, I'm going to start with this one here. Now, in terms of size, please don't worry about sizes. If you look at the tile, it's a little bit sort of smaller than the tile. And it's just a guide. So it's not going to stay when we've done. I just want to be able to mark out where that shape is. So, as I say, if you want to, you can sketch that out. It's absolutely fine. Okay? So that's our first port of call then, all right. And what I want to do is I'm going to mark out just sort of this half. I don't need it here. So I'm going to just mark the top and the bottom. And then 3 o'clock. I'm not going to bother with that one, doesn't need it. And then here we go. I'm going to mark in the middle there. And in the middle there. Then let's have a look. We're going to go 2 or 1. I think I'm going to go 1 in the middle there as well. Okay, and there. And again, you'll not see these marks after, so don't worry about trying to get them accurate. I might come along just another 1 there and 1 there in case. You won't need the rest. Okay. All right. Oh, it's lovely to see all different names and same names. It's really nice to have everybody with me. So thank you ever so much. And of course, we've sort of got stuck in straight away. All we've done is we've used a circle shape to mark our circle out. This is one of the inky stamps that I've had on, which I absolutely love. And I've marked my 12 and 6, 3 o'clock. And then I've marked in between and then given myself another in between those. So that's absolutely fine. You could sketch this and copy it later, so no worries. So, okay, I want myself a little bit of a shape here too. And I'm going to come in with, let's have a look. Looking at my sizes here, I want one that's not, there you go, let's go with that one. It's not huge, but it's sort of going to fill up that space. And I'm just slightly over the circle there. Don't have to be, but that's where I am if you want to see it. A bit like the sun, isn't it? There you go, you see, just slightly over. And then that smaller one, let's bring that in. And I'm actually going to draw that straight in pen. There we are. Because we don't need, that's going to sort of stay there, so let's do that. Okay, all right, so far so good. Okay, next bit then, I'm going to stick with the pen and I'm going to stick with this little bubble here, or do I call it a circle now? I've drawn it with a stencil, who knows. So find it about the middle and I'm going to put myself a little triangle in there. Okay, just going to fill that in with ink. Looks like a little nose, doesn't it? I have sort of curved the corners just a little bit. So not to worry about if it's perfectly straight, but you want a bit of a curve if you can. Okay. So then I'm going to follow these curves. Let's sort of work it along here, and I'm just going to out a little bit. Not all the way to the end, just out a little bit. And if we turn it round again, same here, I'm going to follow this line, come out a bit. Okay, you see the ink I've used underneath, it's just my pen's bleeding over the top of it just a little bit. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried. It'll dry off. Okay, so I've got that kind of a shape. Okay, next bit then. So looking at the right hand side of these lines, if I do it that way, the right hand side, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put another curve along there, all the way this time to the top. And turn it round again. And then all the way around to the top. And then again. All the way around to the top. Okay, so we've got that kind of shape. So from here you can sort of guess where this is going. We've got a line here and here, so we can join them together. And then we've got this one here. We can join them. And then if I turn it round, the same sort of thing. Like we've got this one and this one. So it's going underneath, and let's join that. And then that one to there. And then let's look at this one here again. We've got this one going underneath. And then this one going to there. Okay. So as before, I'm gonna fill these gaps in. It's nice to have that little bit of drama there. And this is going to be sort of the main focal point, so we want those in. Okay, there you are. So let's have a look at the spaces around now. I'm going to put myself only a small bubble in each one of them. There we go. And then following in with curves, let's take a curve around the bubble to the bottom, around the bubble to the point, and then turn it round again. And this time we can go around, and I'm going to sort of follow the shape to that side, and around, and follow the shape to that side. So let's do that again. Here we are then. So around the shape to the bottom, around to the top, turn it round, and then again around. I'm going to follow that shape a little bit, and around to that point. So here we go again. I think it's always nice to have it so it's vertically in front of you, because then you sort of get a similar shape line. Oh, Rose, trust me, I was not that close. He did sound a bit rough, didn't he? Bless him. It just sort of came on all at once. But no, I was nowhere near. So shouldn't. Fingers crossed, shouldn't get that. It's cards are doing their rounds, aren't they again? So all right. So let's come in now with a little row of bubbles, as ever, and I'm going to go around this edge here. This sort of, as long as they touch, but I don't want to have them so they're going too large. Just a nice little edge there to this sort of little design we've got going on there. It'll make a nice button, wouldn't it? Oh, Jackie, the rain last night, you know, as we come out of, well, I come out of Hobby Maker, I got everything packed up and ready to go, and of course a lot of artwork, and it doesn't all go into a box, so you sort of think it was absolutely chucking it down. And you're like, how on earth do I get all this artwork in the car without it being damaged and running? It's we did okay. I managed. I pulled the car as far close to the door as I could, and opened all the doors and then got it in. So luckily, got it all back safe and sound. But, it was a terrible rain. Right, you see I'm drawing a row of bubbles now on the other side of this circle shape. Well, let's see, 3 AM in the morning, that definitely wouldn't have been live. Goodness me. Although I have been up before at 3 AM in the morning to be in the studio. So, no, they do repeats, don't they? So, goodness me. Well, if it's something you wanted to go back to sleep to, I'm sure I could have helped you with that, maybe. So, quite a few. I took through quite a few demos, I think, over the few days. Oh, thank you, Sue. There we are. Okay, so that's where we sort of were with this. So just to sort of join these together, I want to create some little lines. So if we do the splitting as we usually do, and one into here. Look at that lovely yellow in the background now. It's sort of, it's just worked, hasn't it? It's given us a little bit of a hint of something. There we go. And then again, split it, each one. So you turn your tile, don't think it's got to be kept in one place. And I'm going to do it once more. Split in the middle as I work my way along each little section. So we've got these sort of lines going all the way around. Okay. All right. Rose, yours is definitely on its way. Leslie remembers packing yours. Oh, there we are. All right, so that's our first sort of port of call. So next little bit then, where should we start? I'm going to start one end and I'm going to work my way round. If you want to start here and go this way, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to do a similar thing as we go. So I'm going to start at this point here and I'm going to create a little bit of a curve. And then a curve on the other side. Okay, don't leave it too small. Let's go a little bit longer with the point there. And then straight sort of through the middle, along and up there. All right, love that. So our next little bit, I'm just going to go a little bit bigger so you can sort of see what I'm doing here. I'm going to come up and around. I'm going to create a little bubble or a little droplet kind of thing there and fill it in. Okay, completely, there you are. And then I'm going to aura around the shape and then back down again, not too wide, all the way to the bottom. And then back in for another round. Along we go. Okay. And then underneath, I'm going to come in and put a little shade there. It doesn't matter where it ends here, don't worry about that. And I'm going to create a couple of little lines in there too. See, I've got two there, so I'm doing two there. That's sort of the way I'm thinking. You could fill it in and do more if you like. But I'm going to stick with that. So then here we go with another one of those sort of leaf shapes. Just go back in and elongate it a little bit. Let's have that little line in there. So back in this time. See where we did the little bobble going to the left? This time I'm going to do one going to the right. And let's get that filled in. And again, the different sizes. So there we go. And back in. There we are, round and down. Okay. Oh, Sue, which flower stencil was that you missed on? Well, I know there are some on my website, but if you let me know, I'm sure we can sort that. We do make them in-house, so just might be a little bit longer as we've... Leslie's off next week. So it's down to it's me and Tommy and John, of course, but honestly I don't think I'd perhaps trust John packing. So yeah, there you go. Let's have a look at that so far. You see how it's just working its way out there. So then let's turn it round again. Now this time you can do a leaf here and have the space, or you could actually go inside that space there. Let's have a look. I'm going to go in just a little bit because I quite like that splash there. And see, and then back down. Okay, I'm just going to elongate that a bit and put my line in. So, see, this one went to the right. So this one I'm going to take to the left, but you know, I'm going to have it a little bit shorter this time. So that ink spot's beautiful. And then along we go. And back down. And again. Oh, hi Ree. Hope you're okay. I know Leslie was a little bit rough with her COVID jab, but John's just had an achy arm. He's been okay. So, I think everybody's a bit different, aren't they? There we go. Alright. And yeah. No, Rose, we haven't met Rob yet. He's still, we're still in training. So we always give it a little while just to see how things go, as you know. So if all works out well, yes, you will. There we are. Okay, another one. You see again, this one went to the left, so this one went to the right. And yeah, thank you for people sending their photos into Hobby Maker. They absolutely love it. They do say that our shows are the ones that get the most photos sent in. And they love showing that. And sometimes they have so many, they just can't get to them all. But honestly, if you send them in, you get put into the draw. So I know there's quite a few months that Tanglers have won the draw, which is brilliant. All right, so you see again, we're going to come in now with the leaf as before. Oh, a bit of a sun ray, couldn't it, being that splashes behind it. And then, of course, this one's gone to the right. So this one, I'm going to do a smaller one, I think, this time, is going to go to the left. We're just sort of changing it around each time. Just gives it a little bit of fluidity there. And straight round that little aura. And then along and in again. Along we go. And then, of course, we want that little sort of curve. I'm going to put one that side, I think, and then that side. Again, you can fill that in if you want. You can do lots and lots of lines. But I quite like that openness so you can see things through it. So another leaf. Again, it's sort of just going to skim inside there. There we go. And my line. And of course this one. See, I've got to keep checking myself now because I don't want to sort of say to you I'm doing it left then right and then do right and right. Focus, Sandra. There you are. Round it goes. And for the second time. There it is. Here we go. And then a little shape. Again, 2 lines. And then a little leaf. Now they're going to get a bit smaller now because of course we're getting towards this edge. Let's have a look at that. You see, I think it still needs one here. So it's going to have one of those little loops. I think this will probably be the last one. I don't want it to go off the edge as such. So I'll probably stop it there. And then back around. And then of course, in we go with those little lines there. That's it. I'm not going to do any more around there. It's lovely, isn't it, Sue? That little hint there. I'm so glad I used that colour actually, because it could have been any, couldn't it? It's beautiful. All right, let's have a little bit closer look. Oh, yeah. So we've got these little gaps in between. So what I'm going to do, if they're quite large, I'm going to put a bubble in, and then I'm going to fill the gaps with ink. So here, bubble, fill the gaps. You see it just sort of there. Now here's quite a large area, but that's okay. So I'm going to put a few bubbles in. And then of course, fill in the gaps. There we go. And just have a look at this one here. A couple bits there. If it's a really tiny space, then just fill it in. Don't really go in with any of the bubbles. Just want to have a little bit of something in there. That's it. See here, I'm going to add a few. And then round here, just to finish it, let's add a couple of little bubbles. Oh, sorry, a couple of little bubbles there. And then the next one, see here, look, bubble, and just get them to go a little bit small as you work your way around. It just sort of finishes it off there. Okay, let's have a look at that. There we are, first part done. You see now why we didn't need to mark this all the way round, because here we're not really going to see it. I know there's a hint there, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to focus on this edge. Okay, so let's go in a bit. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way round. So let's do this. So I've definitely got one here, as you can see. There it is. So I'm going to put a bubble on that one, not too big. And then follow that through, and we're going to put bubbles on each of those marks that we made. So if they're slightly out, it doesn't matter. There you go. There's one into there. Again, I'm not going to worry about all that. Actually, I'm going to rub out any pencil lines around there because it doesn't matter. Okay. So there we go. We've got these little dots here. So you might want to do this in pencil. I know it doesn't have to be. I'm going to go straight in with pen. But if you're not, if you see, you think, oh, I'm not very comfortable with that, I want to practice it, then do so. Now here, look, that's where one of my bubbles will be. I'll go with a pencil with that, and I'll come back to that one in a short while. Okay, or shall I do it now? No, I'll do it now. So if I go round it, so I'm going to create a letter S. And we've done this before. We've done the S from bubble to bubble. But this time, it's going to go around, and then it's going to miss and go here. Okay, so 1 second. I'm just going to rub that out a sec, because I want to go just a little bit wider up over there. You see? And then this one, I'm going to come round. See, it joins there, and it's going to miss and go to the next one. So because I've done that in pencil, I can now see exactly where that one needs to go. So around my bubble, I'm going to miss that one. I'm going to come part way through to the next. And then along and touch. And then along and touch. Okay, do that again. So there's my bubble. I'm doing the S, but I'm going to miss that bubble there and go to halfway between. Oh, Carol, I'm sorry you missed the stamps. I didn't realise they'd sold out. Once we've packed everything, I will count. We always have a few left just in case. So if we have, then I'll put them on the website, or I'll let you know. Okay, you see? So that's our first protocol. So the next one we're going to do, and again I'm coming in with pencil because I've got this bit here, see? I'm going to come sort of right off the back. There's my bubble, look. So I'm coming off the back of that one, and I'm going to join it here. So if I just put that in, because you need that one to sort of start with. So I'm coming around the bubble, see? I'm touching there. And you see where I've got that there? You can bring that in. So I could join it for there, around the bubble, and touch. And around the bubble, and touch. You see, lining that one up, around, touch. Like this. And again, from there, so it's a little bit wider at that top end, isn't it? Gets a bit narrower as it goes to the bubble there. And again, around, and touch. So the last one. There we are. Oh, should have been there, but that's okay. Put that one in. And there. Carried away then, do my own thing. Right. Looks quite nice that. I might actually do that. So look in all of them. Let's have a little line in there. You see, it's always, if you add a line in, you think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It doesn't matter. You can add another. There it is. So each one as we go. And then what we can do here, so it looks as though we can take it up and out and bring it around there. See, up and out. So this one up and out. It's going to touch there. So variance all the time. Up and out. Okay. So we get like an extra row on there. And out. See, just from adding that extra little line in. Okay, so we're going to get one sort of here as well. You see, we've got that sort of lovely little link going on there. It's nice, that. I like that. Okay. So where we've got these little dips inside here, each one, I'm going to have a little bubble. Absolutely, Sue. It was meant to be, that one was, wasn't it? I was going to put another line there, but I was going to do it a different way. But that's okay. Let's go with it. Another one there. So you're going to get a bit of, got those little bubbles. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So just where they sort of go in and touch each other. A little curve there. Let's put those in. And a little one there. There you go. Have a look at this. It's nice, isn't it? Just those little sort of like, almost like little pearls going round. It's really sweet. So a couple of little bits now, because we've got these going in. It's nice to have a few that are slightly smaller. They really help to create some little extra bits and pieces. So let's do a couple of those. You see? You see how it's gone underneath there? Maybe one there. Just work your way around your tile. And again, you can have them sort of coming up through. I'm going to go over there. And just sort of in and around your piece. You can have 2 or 3 joining each other, it's fine. All the way around. And let's have some on this side as well. Maybe, there you go. Well, then again, I can go under or over. I'm going to go make a small one. And little bits there. There we go. And just to sort of finish off, a couple there. Okay, it's not bad at all, I like that. So I'm going to bring a little bit of coloured pencil in. Before I do that though, I'm just going to remove any pencil lines. We are going to use pencil to do a bit of shading, but I'm just going to do a little bit of colour first. There we go. So let's have a look. Coming in back to my little sunburster kind of shape. And I'm going to go in with, let's have a look. I've got an orange and I've got a yellow. I might as well keep in with the same sort of thing. So first of all then, let's add a little bit of orange just underneath. You see where they go under? So it'll be same here. And then there. See, it just brought that out a little bit, hasn't it? And then another bit of yellow. So you probably won't see much of this, but it's just going to help to blend that orange in. That's it. See, it just sort of takes the edge off, doesn't it, there? There we go. And then maybe, yeah, just a tad of little bit of blending in there as well. There you go. And then around the edge, I'm going to add a little bit of orange just to sort of one side of each of those lines. I know this might take just a little while, but it'll be worth it. It makes all the difference. And we could do this in pencil or pastel, but they're kind of small, so see how you get on with it. There you go, just one side. Okay. And then just sort of around the little bubbles in the middle. Just in a little bit. Don't press on too much there. We just want a little bit of a hint. There you are. Okay, let's have a look at that. Very nice. It just gives that little hint, doesn't it? So I'm going to stick with the orange in some of these larger bubbles. Add a little bit of orange to one side. You know, like we normally add a bit of pencil to give it that little smirk on the side there. Just a little bit. If they're really small, don't worry about it. If you've got some larger ones, then go ahead and do this. Okay, so it's nice, isn't it? So let's come in with our regular pencil now. Let's go a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. And, first thing, I'm going to choose one side of my little leaf shapes, doesn't matter which, and I'm going to add some pencil just sort of in lines going up. You see there's slightly different sizes, getting really small. So let's do the same with all of those. And again. And again. So you notice that I'm moving my tile, not my hand, so the angle of these lines are all going to be pretty similar. And the next one. There we are. Oh, sorry, one there, look. And that one. Okay, so that's that bit. So looking at my little sort of droplets here, I'm going to add a bit of pencil just so where it goes, looks like it's going underneath there. And just a little bit on either side of those. Doesn't really need much. And then same on this one. Bit there, look. And then little bits where they go underneath each other. A touch and a bit there. You see, we just sort of work our way around systematically. You just follow on. And we could add a little bit there if you want. But you know, if yours are quite narrow, don't worry about it. It's quite wide there, we could do. Same with this one. And there we are. And one more. You just sort of either end, and then little bits. And then of course let's have a look at the sort of lines here. And again, where anything goes under and over, that's where we're going to add some pencil. So here where we've got this, I could have actually brought this round, but I kind of like it as it is. There we are. So little bits of pencil just sort of along the way. You know, and if it's not exactly in the perfect spot, it doesn't matter. We just want a little bit of shade in areas. Just see where it heads, you know. I'm not going to worry too much about it because it's all going to work its way round anyway. Oh, Wendy, I'm sorry I've put you in a tight spot there. They are really nice. And just gives you a little bit more of a background if you want it in areas without too much hassle, and you don't have to wait for it to dry like we do with when we normally ink our tiles. Okay, so you see these bits? Softening them off. So again, you're getting a little highlight in places. And then this little bit here, just sort of soften it off, push it out. I don't want it to go completely soft. I want that little bit of texture on it. You see, just sort of pull it out. Yeah. And then with these ones, soften them off, ease them in. these ones we're going to pull out, but not completely soften them off. You see that's gone over that edge? I'm just going to come in and clean up there. So work around the tile each little bit as you go. So that one comes in there. See, we're not going to completely soften it. I just want to keep those edges nice and sharp there. And those ones. And then in. Okay. Then along. Oh, Sam, I know what you mean. They're a bit addictive, I must admit, when using them ever such a lot. You've just seen some of Angie's work. She's used them to create like a background to then draw a larger piece on the top, and it really looks nice. But as you know, we only do so many because of course we have to have them made. So, there you are. So wherever we've put pencil here, I'm going to add just a touch of softness. But don't worry about where it is or where it isn't. You just want a little bit of shadow in areas, you see? Yeah. It's kind of nice to have a little bit of something, isn't it? And not worry too much about where the light's coming from and all that. You know, just soften them out a little bit. There you go. A little bit there. Plenty on my tortillon to add a bit to that. Okay, let's have a look at this. So I'm going to bring back my orange pencil because we've got these lovely little beads or bubbles. And again, see, I'm just adding a little bit on one side. And again, it really doesn't matter what side you do it on. You see? But just by leaving that little hint of white in the background, it gives it a little bit of 3D. Let's see, I think I needed a little bit of pencil in there. There we go. Oh, and soften that bit there. But once you've decided which sort of side to go, keep it the same. Right, so look at that. Little bits. Okay. And then the little bits in there. Okay, almost done. So that sort of thing. See now, look, I've missed a bit there as well. Goodness me. I want to add a little bit of pencil shade. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to zoom out there. So I'm going to add a little bit underneath this little frame here. Doesn't have to be particularly neat. We just want a bit of graphite, and again, keep it light. Don't need too much there. Okay, and then we can do where we've got some of these little leaves here. Let's go in a bit. If I add a little bit, come out, you see, so this line, imagine it there, take it back. Same with this one, out here, take it back in. Out here and take it back in. So over everything there. This one on this side. And I've got one more there, look. Let's have a bit of shade on that. And then I'm just going to blend that a little bit. See, just gives it a little bit of shadow. Oh, makes it look a little bit like the leaves are standing out a little bit. Same in there, and then of course one there. Then, what do you think? Do you think it needs a little bumblebee? You can add one in. I'm not sure if I want to keep it as a sun, or it could be a sunflower, couldn't it? Alright, let's have a look in a minute. There we go. So just sort of working it round, little swirls. But you see you've still got that line. So hold your torch on a little bit further away, and then you can carry on with the swirls. But you see how you sort of, it's a lot lighter, it's pulling it out. And just very gently working it inwards. There we go. Just wanted to remove that line. There we go. Let's have a look. Alright, so Rose wants a bumblebee. We've got a couple of corners there. We've got a little bit of space. So I think actually we could put one in here, one here. This is just for you, Rose. So let's have a look. We're going to have, let's do it sort of here. That's a little body. I'm only going to do a little one. A little body. And then a little head. Let's just cut that head in. Oh, Chris singers as well. What is this? We're demanding. Let's have some stripes. Yeah. Some antennae. And a little loop. And another. And a loop. And another. Let's bring a little bit of yellow in. And a little tad little bit of orange, just sort of on the sides. Alright, there we go. There's our little bee. Now all requests, Saturday. What is this? And of course, if you don't know what a zinger is, where have you been? But not a problem. Let's add a zinger. Let's go a bit bigger. Curve with a dot. And then I'm going to go around the dot. And then around and around. You see it gets smaller each time. And there, let's put one in. You can't just have one, you have to have a few of them. So let's put one in here. There we go. All right. There you are. All right, so just a little signature on the side there. There we are, SR. And that was our tile 284. So it's a couple of things. And of course, we're supposed to be doing the tile swap on Monday, according to Chris. Thank you, Chris, for reminding me. However, there is going to be ever such a lot of postal strikes over the next month, as we well know. So what I thought we would do is we would postpone. We won't do the tile swap for November, but we will do it. We will take the next one on. We'll do tile swap at the end of November, ready to sort of swap in December. So just going to give this month a miss. But of course, on the third Monday of every month, we're all now used to doing something and having a look. So I think what I could do, being that on my fans, there's only 2 sets of instructions for 2 of the shapes. On Thursday, I did a demo on one of the others. So I thought on Monday, I'd spend a little time and I'll show you the last shape in the fan stencil and how you can actually create something with that. So then that gives you information for all 4 shapes in the fan stencil set. So instead of the tile swap, we'll do that, and then we'll pick the swap up again at the end of November. So there's not as many sort of strikes going on in December. So if that helps a little bit and gives you a little bit of something to go on, that's great. So next week then, quick recap. We've got Monday, I'll do the last shape in the fan stencil set, so you can see how that goes. Just a quick show of that one. Tuesday and Friday, as normal, we'll have tiles 285 and 286. So have a lovely weekend, what's left of it. I'm getting back to doing a bit of designing, and I will see you all again on Monday. So have a good one, everybody. Enjoy this one. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.